Singing tip number 4 is sing through a ring. Now, this is something that I actually stumbled across quite recently, and I'm not entirely sure that it's original though, because I do think there's part of me that kind of, I think, remembers of like a vocal coaching lesson that I did way back when they may have mentioned something along these lines. But essentially what this is you want to imagine when you're singing, you want to imagine that there is a tiny little ring. So just imagine any ring that you would wear on your finger. So about that size, that's about 1 to 2 feet in front of you. And you want to imagine when you're singing that you're singing through that ring. And what this does is keeps you from singing in this kind of outward way where you just become unfocused and loose and you lose compression and tone. Because what this does, if you imagine that you're singing through this tiny little ring in front of you, your vocal tone can go from sounding flickering light, my satellite, my satellite. I'm just singing to everything, right? Or I'm just loose. Instead, flickering light, my satellite, my satellite. Oh, maybe she's if I splat it out and sing everywhere, she's a thorn in my side, my kryptonite, my kryptonite. I don't know how to fight this, 'cause I'm usually all in, not so indecisive. Do you notice the difference there? And this is such a powerful thing where I find this especially useful, where if you're doing an open mic, say, or you're doing anything live, or if you're doing like recording a vocal take and you can't really think about everything at once, obviously, because once you're in the studio, once you're recording, your habits kind of take over. And that's why we need to build habits and do away with the old habits and build good habits when it comes to our voice and maximizing our tone. But this is an incredible way to almost jump the line in a way, because this will almost immediately focus your tone. And focus, that word focus, is a key aspect of this, because there's nothing worse than a singer who has no focus. You feel like they're just so loose and widespread and broad that they're kind of all over the place. And often pitchiness will also ensue. If they start out this way, they have no kind of compression. And you also see this, and I've actually been trying to start speaking like this more, where instead of feeling like I'm speaking out here, I want to be a little bit more here and be a little bit more narrow and kind of speak in this funnel-like fashion, because I think it'll help the message come across. See, I'm literally doing it right now. So this is a great example of like using abstractions and just imagining that there's this ring in front of you and somehow it magically works. So be sure to try this. Make this a habit. Make it so that it's so easy to remember and you've done it. That way, next time where you feel a bit uneasy, you feel stressed, maybe you're on stage or you're about to record and you just feel nervous, focus your tone. Imagine that you're singing through this little ring that's right in front of you, and instead of funneling kind of upside down, right? So if you think of the wide end of a funnel here into your mouth, that's not what you want. You want this to be the wide part, and you want to narrow it even more. It's such a fun thing to experiment with. So try this out and let me know how it goes.